Hey, how are we all doing? Merry Christmas all. What are we up to? Am I late today? Yeah, I might be a minute late. You never know. TV's lagging. Right, let's have a look who's in. Let's have a look who's on. Let's get the lovely music turned down a little bit. Oh well, I've lost a few off the top by the looks of it, but we've got Patrick in. Let me just have a look. I've lost a lot of the chat by the looks of it, so apologies if anyone was in earlier. But at the moment, Patrick's up the top. So hello, Patrick. I've got someone that just says J. Just a J. Hello, J. I'm not sure who that is. It might be my screen here. So apologies. So hello, Jay, whoever you are. Rob Hall, hi Rob. NORAD Santa Tracker app, and watch him go all around the world. Santa Tracker app. Hi Michael Hyde, hi Jess, how are you? Goats, dogs, chickens, Mrs. Cruncher, we're all good. No mince pies for me though. Evening Phil Taylor, Phil the Power, how are you doing? Gary Cooper, Petronics, Nick, hi Nick. Rob Titheridge, hi Rob. Benji's in and just grilling the chicken. You're chicken mad, Benji, aren't you? Alan Reed. Hi, Alan. Welcome. Billy Lockhorst. Evening to you, Billy. Evening, George. Dave Edge. Hi, Dave. How are you? Colin. Evening, Colin. Daniel. Hi, Daniel. Theo. Hi, Theo. Rob Cross. Good evening, Rob. Resonator, evening Resonator, or afternoon, probably afternoon, or yeah, midday-ish over there possibly. Evening Doug, or afternoon, snowing, very nice. Well, probably not nice for you, but we don't get it very often here, so it puts everything to a standstill in southwest England. I can tell you that. We just ain't used to the snow. We can't deal with it, Doug. Evening, Linton. Feeling a bit sore tonight. Had a new pacemaker fitted this morning. Flipping out, Linton. Jeez. That sounds a bit dodgy. Hi, Andy Beck. How are you? Evening to you, Amin. Welcome yet again. Error 52. Hello. Stora Thora. Good evening to you, Stora. Yeah, your name's not showing up, Jay, for some reason. Just pull the screen out a bit further. No, it just says Jay. I don't know why that is. You'll have to introduce yourself, Jay. RVZX, how you doing? Looks like your Christmas Channel TV presenter. I am. I'm in my grotto. Oh, hang on, I haven't turned all of Mrs. Cruncher's lights on. I'll be in trouble if I haven't turned them all on. I'll turn these on as well, see? The ho-ho-ho lights. You can't really see it. You can't really see it. If I turn all the lights off, you'll be able to see that Mrs. Cruncher has actually lit the place up as well. But The camera doesn't pick it up, unfortunately. But yeah, I've got lights. I'm lit all around as well. Afternoon, Paddy. How are you? Well, you see, Santa Tracker is a real thing. Santa is real. I've just been watching Elf, so I know he's real. Evening, Derek. How are you? A Fidelity Rad 18. Yes, I've had it in for some time actually. I believe I've had it since about May. Children's Channel TV presenter. Really, Harvey? Evening, Mick McGinn, how are you? Oh, it's 10:35 in the morning still there. Oh, jocking off, yes. That's strange. It appeared fine yesterday and the day before, but it's just coming up as J today. Maybe you'll have to log out of your Google account, jocking off, and just log back in again. It'll probably pop up then. A Blue Peter presenter. Yes. I've got sticky back plastic here, and I've got lots of cardboard tubes and boxes, so I could be a Blue Peter presenter. Especially after yesterday's sticking stuff and cutting bits out and all the rest of it. No worries, jocking off. Yes, well, as I say, it's been a bit of a busy day today. I have been busy actually. I've put the first coat of Danish oil on the R707. I've actually eventually got the grill clean. This thing here has been an absolute nightmare to clean. I mean, you can see it is clean now, but I soaked it for a whole day in Goo Gone, and it didn't come up clean. That's after I put what did I put on it? I put isopropyl on it. That wouldn't shift the brown muck on it. I put foam cleaner on it. That wouldn't shift it. So say I soaked it overnight in Goo Gone. It moved it a little bit, but not a lot. So I had to leave it another whole day in foam cleaner to get it clean. It was absolutely filthy. I assume it was nicotine. I can't think of anything else that it could have been, but yeah, so that's done today, and I've managed to find a couple knobs for the RP75, and that's downstairs. It's had another coat of Danish oil, so yeah, I've been busy, and I ordered all the bits to build my Amiga 500++. So I did a massive great shop on Mauser in the early hours of this morning, because I woke up for some reason at 2 o'clock and couldn't get back to sleep. So came downstairs like you do and started browsing the bill of materials for a new Amiga. So that's set me back a pretty penny. I've got quite a few bits here already, so I don't have to buy it all, but it's not working. It's not working, Joquin off. Have you tried peroxide? No, I have got some peroxide, Theo, which I'm going to do some retro brighting with. They had advent calendars as well. Yeah. So there you are. So we better get down and have a look, see what Mr. Penguin's got in store for us today. Hopefully, as I say, not kick over or pull the wire out. He's looking quite happy today, Mr. Penguin. Where is he? Yeah, he's at the... What is the date today? 17th, isn't it? I'm trying to think what the date is. There's Mr. Penguin. So I've got the jumper on today. I may need to go and change this in a minute if it gets too hot up here. What's the temperature up here now? 21. Mrs. Cruncher said the window's open today, so it's a bit cooler up here. So let's get number 17 out, Penguin. How you doing, mate? Good. Let's see, we've got river water. Oh, hang on. Oh, this is... Oh no, I've had this before. This is some good gear right here, this one. Oh, it's a bit tight, that one. Look at that Penguin. Do you like that? It's got a hair on it, look. You've got to like that, surely. No? Oh, sod you know. Dark Side. Dark Side, Mr. Penguin, thank you. Right, where's my main camera? There we are. Right. Let's grab that camera back very gently. Right. I'm here. Don't panic, I'm here. Right. Let's get a bit of music on. So, Dark Side Stout. It's only 4%, but I have had Dark Side before, and I can tell you it is very nice. Deliciously dark and complex with roasted malt flavours. The Cacao Nibs. Cacao, C-A-C-A-O, Cacao Nibs. Help make our stout luxuriously smooth. What the hell is Cacao Nibs? God knows. Anyway. I do like a nice stout. Oh, that does smell nice. So at the moment, the St Austell Ales Menadoo stout is top of my list at the moment for favourites. I'm sort of compiling my top 10. So we'll go over the top 10 at on Christmas Eve. So I've got some of the parts in for Manuel's BFO today, but not all of them, unfortunately. There's still more to come. They've sent it in three different packages for some reason, all arriving on different days, which is really bizarre because I put the order in all at once. So, there you are. Right, we've got a few more joined in. Eight inches, Doug. We don't get that much. Hi, John Borum. How you doing, John? Good to see you in there, mate. Dave Roberts. Hi, Dave. Evening again. You been in and out? Top left corner. We're doing a spot the number 17 on the beer advent calendar as well now. Oh dear. What's hair in the beer? Ah, you're back, jocking off. Your name's come back up, mate. Oh no, it's gone again. It's gone again. It appeared and it went. You have some kilt lifter ale at the ready. Oh, sounds good, Resonator. Chocolate beans. Or is that the nibs, is it? It says smooth and chocolatey. Cacao nibs. Or is it cocoa nibs? Cacao. I think cacao is cocoa, isn't it? Oh, you could be right there, Patrick. Where was the pewter tankard made? I don't really know. Who was asking that? Paddy. I don't know. Mrs. Cruncher bought it for me for Christmas last year. You can just... Oh, it won't focus on it, will it? It doesn't like it up close. But yeah, Mrs. Cruncher bought that for me last year. for Christmas. I don't know, it's probably Sheffield, I expect, most stuff. I can't look at the bottom of it, Paddy, as I tip it all over my head. You knew that, didn't you? Excellent. Chocolate beans. You never knew chocolate grew on a tree. I think I might go all office space on Google in a minute. It's fine. You've come back again there, Jockonoff. Hey, Graham, Video Monkey. How you doing? Got your name on it. Well, let's just zoom in a minute. So yes, Mrs. Cruncher had it engraved for me for Christmas last year. That's good, isn't it? Radiocruncher beer. Not that I drink beer, you know, it's very rare. Very rare, except every single day this week, this month. I had the nurse on the phone the other day going over my annual review thing that I got to do, and she says, "How's the drinking going?" I said, "Well, yeah, I've cut down loads." I said, "Okay, yeah, what would you say you're doing units at the moment?" I said, "Well," I said, I actually have a drink every day. She was like, "What?" Yeah, I've got to have a drink. I've got to have a drink every day. What are you on about? I said, "Well, I've got a beer advent calendar." She said, "Oh no, that's all right." Anyway, cheers everybody. Have a good one. Okay, let's just top that up. Hopefully it won't overflow. It has got a very bitter chocolate taste, I suppose. Right, we've got a couple of things came in. I did say yesterday that Patrick had very kindly sent me in something. So Patrick has sent me in this. So shall I build this? Shall I build this at some stage, or should we give it away? I mean, what's the consensus? What do you think, Patrick? Do you want to do this as a giveaway, or do you want me to? I know you're giving this to me as a present, so I should do it myself, really, shouldn't I? But I didn't know if we ought to add that to the giveaway stash. So make your own radio. So everything you're going to need to create a fully working FM radio. You will need to fold and stick the cleverly designed card nets together and pin all of the electrical components onto the card housing. Then you have a fully functioning FM radio where you better tune in and listen to your favourite radio station. So it's very nice of Patrick to send that on to me. It says 45 minutes build. That'll probably take me a couple hours, won't it? 45 minutes. Build it. Pepsi Max. Dark Side Stout. I'm on tea and orange juice. I'll find a quarter to cry and be back in a while. All right, John. Build it. Yeah, we'll build it. We're not going to build it today, but we will build that. We might do that tomorrow. Is it tomorrow's Friday, isn't it? So yeah, we'll build it. We'll build that. We've had another let me call this a suspicious parcel arrived. Now, it didn't arrive to me. It actually didn't arrive to me. It arrived to the address that had been put on the parcel, which was my next door neighbour. And my next door neighbour left it sat on their doorstep for 2 days. And luckily we got a really nice post lady here, and she really does look out for us. And she spotted this 2 days running on my neighbour's doorstep. And she had a bit of a closer look and seen that it was addressed to me. So she picked it up and come and knocked on our door and said, "Look, you know, I ain't supposed to do this, but this has got your address on. It's been left on the wrong doorstep." Well, I looked at the address and it's it's addressed to me, but my name's spelt wrong. There's a V in my name, not a PH. And it's addressed to 25B. Well, I'm just number 25. So that rang a little bit of alarm bells, because then I saw the alleged sender of this parcel. And I thought, no, that ain't come from him. So I asked him. He's like, no way. I said, look, I can show you the address. He said, no, that's not from me. So, okay, I thought, well, I'll investigate a little bit further. So I've got, I use UPS a lot, so I've got access into their tracking system. And it certainly didn't come, as I suspected, from the person that was on the sender label. It came from somewhere else. So there's already some clues there. One is my name's spelt wrong, and I know a person that whenever he sends stuff, my name's always spelt wrong. And this same person also he also can't get the address right, because the app that you use for UPS, it always comes up with the 25A and 25B first. And that's all it shows, but you've got to scroll right down through a big long list, and then further down the list it starts going into the addresses again, and my address is a lot further down. So this person has made this mistake a couple times and said in the past that he's unable to find my correct address. So I actually know who this person is now, because the other thing I can see is this tape on here. Now, this is a bit of investigative work here. This tape was in a recent auction, and I bought 20 rolls of this tape, and there was a few lots of this tape available, and it is fairly unique. It's like a fiberglass tape. It's really good stuff, but I've never seen it anywhere else. So this also leads me to this same person, and looking down through the app, I saw the town where this departed from. So you've been rumbled. You have been rumbled, so I'm expecting something something not quite right in here. Not quite right. So brace yourselves, people. So the mystery parcel delivered to my neighbours, and not from the alleged sender on the front. So we've got some bubble wrap. Oh my God. Yeah, this is definitely from the person that I thought it was from. So let's thank George for this. So thank you, George. Mrs. Cruncher will like this. And that's not an Aberdeen Angus steak. Very good, George. George, cheers. Unreal. So yes, this came from the lovely town of Northampton, or is it a city? This came from our friend George. So George, Mrs. Cruncher will have great fun eating her edible anus. It says the perfect gift for friends or enemies. Ooh. Perfect gift for friends or enemies. So there you are. A bit of a jokey one, but Mrs. Cruncher will enjoy eating that because it's chocolate. She loves the chocolate. yeah. You left some clues in there for me, George. Too many clues. I know a parcel from the alleged sender when I see it, and that one of them. Right. Here we go then. Let's have a look at this. This is coming from a chap called Rob he sent me 3 radios, and you'll remember seeing this originally when it arrived. I gave it the once over and I put it back in the repair queue. Physically, it's pretty good nick, to be honest. It's the one with the proper wood front. I had one of these, and I think I've got one of these myself, and I think it's mine. It's got like a plasticky wood on it, but this is proper sort of wood on the front of this one and the back. So it is a Fidelity Rad 18. Now I've actually, one of these I sold to Steve. Mr. Pendlebury had one of these. I've got the other one, I think it's either in my sort of like storage rack in the other room, or it's up in the loft. We've got a couple little dinks on the aluminium, as can be expected. It's right on the corner and they've just folded the aluminium, so anything knocking the side is going to dent that. But to be fair, it's in really good nick. All the lettering's there. Original aerial, which looks pretty good. So it's actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wave bands on it. No, 5. Yeah, it's repeated. It's 5 wave bands. So it's it's actually geared up for a car as well. So if you look at it flat on, let's just get rid of me. If you look at it flat on, let me just go in a bit closer. So it's almost like a 3D dial scale. So you've got this side. So hopefully you can see that if I can get the glare off of it. We've got some shortwave, medium wave, long wave, VHF, FM band, and we've got marine band. So marine band is really low frequency. Starts at 1.7 megs up to 4.5. On shortwave, we've got 49 meters, 41 meters, 31, 25, and 19 meters. Then we've got normal long wave, medium wave, and FM goes up to 108 megs, which is good. So it's got the full FM band on this. Hi, Michael, how are you? Would the radio kit be suitable for a 5-year-old with dad supervising? I think the cardboard one might well be, Michael. So we'll have a look at that tomorrow and you can make that decision. But we've also got another dial on the top, which is identical. This lot is really being a pain. There we go, that's a bit better. So we've got an identical dial on the top, because this has got a car button. So you push that and it's going to switch in the car aerial, switch out the telescopic. I mean, this is massive. You'd have to have a huge car to put this in the car. So it's designed to sort of sit in the car like that, I suppose. If I could get the camera down a bit. It's almost the same size as a hi-fi tuner. It's huge. So why would you want that in the car? You put the brakes on quick and that thing would hit you in the guts, wouldn't it? Unless there's some sort of cradle that somehow attached it to the car. I don't know. There's very little information about this radio or out there even. So you can see it through the top here. We've got a dial light as well. Whether that works on batteries or it only works when it's in the car position, I'm not sure. On off dial light. Then there's all our band buttons. So we've got automatic frequency control, and we've got the car button, and we've got bass and treble. See, plus the volume and the tuning. The tuning turns both pointers at the same time. You can't see now because I forgot that there. But I know you can't see in there. I must adjust this camera settings again on this one. But the tuner is ganged. It moves both pointers at the same time. It's almost like they're on the same bit of dial cord, really. You can see it moving along the front there, hopefully. So I've got the email from the customer, so let me just grab that a minute, just see what he's saying what's doing with this. So it's a big old radio, that. It's probably similar size to a Super Sovereign, actually. It really is a big radio. Let's have a look what we've got here. All sorts of stuff. Pilton Auctions, Mouser. I'll tell you what, this is my order from Mouser. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets full of the stuff for that board, because what I didn't want to do is start unsoldering loads of resistors and capacitors and all little fiddly bits that are likely to damage getting them out. A brand new board does deserve some brand new components, so some stuff I've got to swap over from one board to the other, but probably 75% of it's going to be new. Graham. What you want about Graham? Graham. You can call me Gray if you want. Oh, George, no bum gravy. No, it's no bum gravy today. Bit of a bum gift. Hi, Paul, how are you? That's typical George, isn't it? Hi, Wenlock. Morning to you. Sean, how you doing it? How you doing, mate? Sorry, I didn't see you pop in there, mate. Glitter. Jogging off likes that. Dave Malek, how you doing, Dave? So I haven't got myself up here. Dynatron Atlantis, yeah, very similar, Sean. Enemas. Yeah, so we'll have a look at that kit tomorrow then, Michael. And I mean, has it got any ages on it? It says number 5, so whether there's some 5 different kits. I won't open it today because that'll give the surprise away. It does say no tools required though, Michael, so you never know. Yeah, it doesn't say an age range, but no tools required, so it might be good fun to build with your little one there, Michael. I don't know, Patrick, whether it'd be a mounting bracket. Hi, Aston, how are you? It was very popular, actually, wasn't it? I think it was Steve that actually pointed out one of the shows that it was in and sent me a clip of it. Front bench seat on picnics. What? You'd be decapitated if you had it on the rear parcel shelf when it crashed. It's mentally heavy, isn't it? A Bentley or an Aston, Sean thinks. Era 52 would go well. Oh, hang on, I've missed. Looks like I'm behind on the chat yet again. Go well with a Rolls Royce. Probably would. I mean, I wouldn't put it past Rolls Royce to actually have a housing specially made for it, Era 52. Hi, Daniel, how are you? Light a fire with it. That's not very nice. Are we? Hi, Rob Cross. I think I said hello to you. Right, I'm catching up. I'm catching good. I'm catching good. Catching up even. No, it's only the exact amount of components needed, George. It literally is. I mean, some of them have got like 20, 30 components all the same, but most of it's individual. Well, it's listed as individual components. Spectre Clouseau. Johnny, how you doing? And Dorf's in. Evening, Dorf. No reflow oven required. No hot air station. They also do a bat detector. Oh, right, okay. You've seen it on Minder, Professionals, and the Sweeney. It's strange because there's very little information about it. If you try Googling it or try and find a schematic for it, you'll pretty much come up blank. I had this problem when I had one in last time. And again, I've put this bit of paper down and I can't find it anywhere. Ah, here we go. So the owner actually bought the schematics. So the owner's actually bought a schematic for it for me. So I now have a schematic for it. No alignment instructions, but then they're all much of a muchness and it shouldn't need alignment. So let's have a quick look to see what the customer says is wrong. So he sent me 3 radios. We've got the Astrad Solar to do. We've got an Astrad F8 TR17B205, which is the export version of the Selena B205 to do, and we've got this Fidelity Rad 18. Quite good condition and works, but the sound is a bit distorted. You saw my YouTube video when it's being worked on, and I mentioned not having a circuit diagram, so he sent me that one to work with. So apparently it's a bit distorted on the audio. So it really, if you can wind your memories back to the one that I did originally of this, it had a short on one of the output transistors. When I moved it away from the sort of housing it comes on, the heatsink, the distortion went away, and I ended up having to zap one of the output transistors. So that may be the case with this one. But let's get some power on and have a look. So on the back we've got some sockets. We've got a DC 12 volt plug, but that looks like a hunking great plug. We've got a battery and 12 volt switch. Aerial socket, we've got a tape, an output to tape, and we've got an earphone socket as well. So quite a well featured radio back in the day. So let's whip the back off and we'll connect it up with some croc clips. Let's get a cup ready. Should have stayed in there really, but the O-ring's a little bit worn. So it's just a hardboard backing by the looks of it, with some actually looks like strips of real wood on there, glued on. So that's good. So it looks like we've had a new bit of battery foam added. So it uses 8 LPU2 batteries, which is just HP2. What am I trying to say? You know the batteries I mean. I can't remember what they're called. D cells, that's it. So we've got a serial number, 03516, so fairly early serial number. Inside's ply, which is nice to see. And it looks like solid hardwood sides. It looks like teak. Okay, looks like our power comes off the back. So let's have a look at the power supply. What's that on at the moment? That's on 12 volts. Let's turn the current limit down. I still haven't got around to putting my Farnell supply on the bench yet. I have got the feet for it now as well. So let's have a look what we've got here. So that inner one's the negative, and this one's the positive just here. It's easy to connect it there, I think. Okay, it's working. Let's zoom out a little bit because I'm in a bit closer, aren't I? I'm good, Daniel. Yeah, thank you. Well, you'll enjoy yesterday's stream. A bit of repadding on the giveaway radio. Carbon resistors, yeah, bound to, haven't it? Takes you back to the apprenticeship days, Aston. Incorrect spelling of our name. Oh, I see. No, it was the surname that was spelled incorrectly, Graham. I have an ITT tape recorder, stereo 720 studio recorder. Benji's got some ITT stuff. I've seen it before. It's getting a bit warm now. Temperature's gone up a degree. Right, okay, let's I'm just going to connect a lead up to that, save extending the area up. Let's stick it on FM to start with. On. So.
National.
So squeaker. So we've got scratchy volume pot. It won't do. It won't do full volume.
Most secondary school pupils in England won't go back into the classroom at the scheduled start of the spring term in January. Still to come, the mystery of the power cuts and the dancing starlings. The Cabinet Office Minister, Michael Gove, said that the real deadline for striking a post-Brexit trade deal with the
EU is in
the days immediately after Christmas. Any agreement must be ratified by Parliament, and he said if that were not time to do that before the end of the year, the UK would walk away, even if a deal had been struck. Boris Johnson is to speak again to the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen.
Yeah, there's some distortion there, but
our reality check correspondent, Chris Morris, was let.
I think that's
We've reached the glass half full or half empty stage of negotiations, with Michel Barnier for the EU saying good progress has been made despite remaining stumbling blocks. And for the UK, Michael Gove, chances of reaching a deal.
so dial-light seems to work.
Most public comments on the talks need to be taken with
You can just about see that coming on, can't you?
through another potential problem into the mix.
That light there is
Last-minute deal were reached. This will fall apart. Time for Parliament to ratify.
certainly pulls a bit of ampage when you push that in. Well, 130 milliamps. Both lights are working though, which is good.
And if we don't have time for that, it's Christmas.
I'd like to wish all the BBC.
questioned both of us, but then they said, you are...
But you can.
Drive time.
Town, wood burners and fires.
Okay, well there's definitely some distortion in there, but I don't know whether it's just the dirty pot controls. Let's try long wave. So we should have something around about here. Huh. Well, something's interfering with it there. Is it my phone? Let's move my phone out of the way. Yeah, I think it's we should have radio 4 in there, right about there, 100 or 1500 meters. I think it's picking up the... I don't know what it is in here. I think it's the power line adapter again. Let's just get the active antenna in here quickly and see if we can get it to receive. Just to prove it is receiving. Where's our ferrite? Can't see the ferrite. Is there ferrite in the front of these? What's in the back?
And then finally, we have heard of some congestion in the container board. He was also surprised and disappointed that the government rejected their application to a port readiness fund for £33 million. To expand the capacity of our French passports report, suddenly being paid, because there will be more time taken there.
Well, data alignment's a little bit off on long wave. Let's try medium wave.
If they've got some of the class in front of them and some at home. Really, if you have to do the proper job, you need to have all of the children in front of you for indicated. And so, clarity.
Well, it's pulling in a lot of stations on medium wave. It is after dark, mind you. Let's just try shortwave then quickly, see if we can get anything on shortwave. Okay, well, that's good news because it is actually working on all bands, which is great news. So we've just got to look at the distortion on the audio. I mean, it's pretty obvious what that's going to be. Although, as I say, we could have an issue with the output transistors on the heatsink again. Okay, well, I think I must have done this already, so it's not even clipped to the this piece, so it's not that causing a problem, but we can test that a minute. So let's pop it back on FM.
we did honour the third cycle of life. You know, we're dependent on the earth, even though we've lost our connection with it in this modern culture. We are still utterly dependent on the earth. And yet we, you know...
So there's no issue with that.
The earth with honour and respect. We don't acknowledge the turning of the seasons very much. It's going back to basics, and this kind of
I mean, we've got a Dally in there, look, straight away in the output. 640, we've got 1,000.
And making, I don't know, changes to go into the next year. So it can be a good time to really...
Okay, so no, there's not an issue with the outputs on this. I suspect it's going to be that capacitor there, that blue Dally, I would think. Sounds like an old ZX Spectrum lonely game, it does. So John is saying fairly good sensitivity, poor amplifier frequency response at mid-range. Is this radio a chip deal, or does it have a discrete components? It's just all transistors. There's no ICs in this one at all, Doug. It's got lock fits in it though, unfortunately. You know, there's a lock fit there as a driver. What's that? BC 159. So one of these could be noisy. That one's absolutely squashed flat on the board. But it's more likely it's going to be one of these. Let's disconnect the power. But as I say, it's quite a nice sounding radio when these are done. It's not up to hacker quality. Probably not even the R707. The R707 would sound better than this, but it's quite a lumpy speaker in it. Sort of hacker-esque speaker, but I don't know that the amplifier stage is that brilliant on this. We've got one of these flat top caps as well. So let's just have a look at the likely suspects. I mean, we'll probably recap the whole lot. I think that's what the owner was getting at, actually. Where are we? Need to be over this side in the amplifier stage. There you go. Excuse me. So two most likely culprits. So this Dally here, which is 640 microfarads, and then we've got this flat top plastic encapsulated electrolytic. Now these are notoriously bad. It's a pig to try and work out which way round they are. Looking at the speaker, it's an ELAC, so it's a good quality speaker. You can sort of just about see the ELAC badge peeping through there on the side. What else have we got? So we've got germanium. It's germanium drive. Is that a driver? No, that's a diode. AA129. That's going to be one of the detectors. There's two FM diodes in here somewhere. Possibly these down here. AA119s, I think. Those two. That's the FM discriminator. So if one of those was gone, it would be really distorted. So I don't think there's an issue with those. We've got all these carbon caps in here. Sorry, resistors, caps. Where's the goat? Come on. Do what you're paid for. Stop arguing. God, they do like to fight a bit, them goats. Yeah, there's all sorts of other little... There's a real mix and match of capacitors in here. So we've got 1, 2, 3 different types just there. Got another different type there in a grey encapsulation. But a lot of it is non-polarized caps. There's some tantalums. We've got a tantalum there, that. A little tantalum there. There's another one hiding up here. we've got a bit of tantalum action as well. We've got a blue one here. They've used every brand and type possible, I think. Okay, let's just quickly short those caps out so they don't kill my tester. And we'll just put the ESR meter straight on those. Once I swap the ends over, I've still got the SMD ones. Certainly work on a lot of different stuff here, don't we? So let's hook this up and see what we've got. And we've also got these two upright caps down here as well, which are yet another brand. So they've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different manufacturers in the capacitors in this thing. So what the hell is all that about? I do not know. So let's hook up to this one first. This is allegedly 640 microfarads. It is in circuit though, so it might not measure it. So we won't do any guessing for now. Just see if it'll measure it. Just says it's in circuit. ESR is only coming in at 16.16 ohms. So let's try the 1000 microfarad. And that's saying in circuit or leaky as well. Yeah, it is a shame, isn't it, that they've used that, really. I mean, it's all of it's on one board as well. I mean, it's a little switchboard, but all of it's on one board. So we're not really getting any joy on those. Let's have a look at this one over here. 5 microfarad, yeah, I seem to remember these. Okay, so that one's had it. That's got 10 ohms ESR on that. It's reading 7, so it's not gone that high, but that's pretty much a resistor now. And again, I can't check these in circuit. So it's going to be a case now of taking the board out and having a look. Try and remember how to do this. Do I need to take the handle off? Yes, I do. So I think we've got 2 screws and the handle. I might have to go and put my t-shirt on there because it's getting hotter in here. Can't do jumpers really. So let's get them apart and have a look inside. So we've definitely got capacitor issues with it. Plus we've got to spray these volume pots, volume and tone controls. This might be one that we can get done in a couple streams, be nice. A bit rusty. Like one of our chickens. Poor old chickens, they're in quarantine at the moment again. Avian flu is about. Although there's none of it down in this part of the world, the DEFRA have put like a nationwide alert out. So we've all got to keep the chickens locked up. Well, we're abiding by that. It doesn't seem like a lot of other people can be asked, though, to be honest. But okay, that's the handle off. The handle's not too bad. The rivets have sort of bled into the timber a little bit. Can't really do a lot about that. So, are we free? Are we free, he says. Are we free? Okay. Sort of free. So that's a bit strange. You've got to lift it. Must have to angle it over the top of the speaker. Doesn't seem right somehow. And we've got a couple screws on the top here. Let's just loosen those because I'm not sure they have actually got to come out, but we'll see. See if that makes things any easier. Yeah, maybe that top has got to come off then. As I say, there's no service information for this radio at all, unless anybody's got any or knows of any. Board looks easy to work on, everything nicely spaced out. It is pretty easy to work on. It didn't take me long last time to do one of these Error 52. Pick and mix, it certainly is. Do you want to send? They probably didn't source the caps from the manufacturer, but from some wholesale retailer. Whatever's on the shelf method. Do you need to take the knobs off? I will need to, Joaquin. Although if we got two people, have we got a Jay and a Joaquin? Have we got an impersonator in the house? Gotta be careful because I don't want to end up with an issue with a dial pointer. We do not want to be restringing a radio again. Cool. Flipping that, they don't come off very easy. Come on. Cool. It's only plastic shaft as well, but cool. So it seems to be catching on the front here for some reason. Let's have a look at how the aerial's fixed. Let's pop the aerial out. If I can. I don't think that is jamming it in though. Just seems to be hooking up this side. Well, I don't remember the other one being this tricky to get out of the case. It's sort of hanging in there. What a pig's ear. It's, I don't think I actually did need to take that. Well, I will need to take that off in a second. But, just lay her down if I can. Yeah, that's a big speaker, that. You can see that's a fairly hefty speaker. So look at roughly what size that is. 8-inch, 8 by almost about 4.5. If you just take the cone, it's probably, we're still at 8. 8 by 4. It's a pretty lumpy speaker. So we got a little red dot at the top there for positive. What's a faff? Oh, what a faff. Yeah, it is a pretty lumpy speaker, isn't it? And we've got pretty lumpy soldering iron tip in at the moment. So they do sound nice. So we've got to unsolder that. It's even got a ferrite on it. That's a bit unusual, isn't it? It's got a ferrite bead on the power supply leads. Unusual for a radio of this age. So I think what we'll do is we'll just disconnect the leads off of that. Just take a quick photo, just so I know which way around they go. Well, that's pretty obvious because it's marked on the board. And the same down there. Okay, one of these is white then. Okay, there we go. Just get this lot unsoldered. They've wrapped the wires in around everything by the looks of it. So that one, I've even got a bit of heat shrink on there, on the middle one. Bizarre, they've squeezed the switch contacts together. There we are. Chassis is out. Let's put those two screws back in again on the top. We don't need that off for a minute, I don't think. Just I'm likely to pull the dial cord off if I'm not careful. I'm sure they will have to come off in a minute to get at some of the caps, but yeah, I wonder why service information is so hard to come by for this particular model. You know, I've got some original Fidelity manuals for other radios, quite a few of the Rad series, but not this one. Oh, stay there. There, I feel a bit safer now. I feel safer. Whew. Right, let's move that out of the way. We can concentrate on the chassis. What ohm rating is it? Good question, Sean, and I don't know. Let's have a quick look. Eight ohm. I'm just going to go and quickly change into a t-shirt because I'm absolutely sweltering here in the jumper. Bear with me a minute. I'll turn my mic off so you don't hear me rustling. That's better. There, that's better. Santa! Right. Let's have a look at some of these caps then. So there's some weird capacitor like stuff going on there, resistor legs. We even got a bit of wool in the ferrite. Look. There's a bit of green wool in there. Not a great colour, so probably non-fashionable at the time. Alright, let me have a think about this dial cord. If I take this off, it's going to really cause issues. Just pop that aerial down. You know, the signs of greatness in this radio. It's like the, I don't know if you can see the chassis here is all brass. So they've used brass right the way up through there. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can sort of see that on it. So this framework here is all brass. So the back of the tuning dial is all brass. Strange, isn't it? You know, they've used plywood up here. There's a big lump of wood stuck in here for some reason. Doesn't look like it should be there, really, but I think it's just stuck in with some glue. Yeah. It's stuck in there with some double-sided tape by the looks of it. Certainly they've used a weird and wonderful amount of materials. But I do think these were really, really expensive back in the day. I'm sure someone on my previous stream said that they were very, very expensive. Okay, let's Let's get some of these caps out of this audio stage and have a look. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to put the desoldering tool on. End of part 1. Intermission. So certainly the speaker's 8 ohm and it's made by ELAC, but it's not an ELAC that I've seen in anything else. So Resonator saying newer speakers are being made with neodymium magnets, more efficient. Have you taken up knitting? It's built in 1969, Sean, is it? You found out a bit of info on it? Definitely is that era, isn't it? Yeah, I wouldn't like to ever go at restringing that. That looks a bit of a nightmare. But luckily they've used some really thick dial cords, so there shouldn't be any issues with that. It's quite a clever method they've used actually. There's flipping flies in here again. Okay. So I doubt whether there'd be any issue with the tantalums. It's not a high voltage radio, so I won't bother with the tantalums. In fact, that's a Nichicon there, that little blue one. Oh, Radio Museum, is it? Yeah, you're right, Doug. It's really strange. Graham prefers crochet. Yeah, I don't mind a bit of crochet, you know. But it's like, it's obviously the colour that nobody wanted. If you look at this, it's pretty shocking, this colour. Look at that. That is literally this lime green wool they've used. Lime green. It's quite thick, it's chunky knit as well, look. It's chunky knit. Yeah, you can see what I mean. They've gone to the trouble of lining the ferrite and that with brass. You know, the ends are all brass, but then we got this odd bit of wood stuck in there, and God knows how many different types of capacitors in it. Let's get my if I can reach it. Excuse me for the straining noises. Let's just get my rubber mat out so we don't scratch any of the top up at all. Right, Dennis, how are you? Yeah. Everything was possible in the 1960s. Yeah, you know, what was it, 1969? I would have been 5 years old. 5-year-old cruncher. Oh, right, let's rip some gear out. I've got to be really careful because, as I say, I have got a schematic, but there is no no info out there. There's no board layout, so just let me mark. Well, that's obviously negative, but I'm just going to mark it on the board. See, that's reverse, so that's negative on that one. It's negative on that one. That's negative. 3. This one says positive. Yeah, so negative's at the back. Right. I think that's all the ones we're concerned with for a minute. Right, let's get this one out first. We know this one's bad. Wrong hole. Oh, steady. Don't you get that blooming dial cord. These boards with this red marking on aren't great. The other thing is you can't really use anything too strong because all this red colour comes off. I don't think it comes off with isopropyl, but ding, round two. It's gone right down the back of my extractor. So we'll keep those to one side and we'll chat them in a minute. So we want a 4.7 in there. Okay, strange, they could have used a radial but they went with an axial. So I've got two choices of solder points there. So if I take that one, I can just put a radial in there. I don't know. Careful. So let's use a 4.7 radial cap. If I can find my radial cap stash there. Nice of them to give us the option of either, isn't it? Keeps the cost down for the customer. Let's just change that tip a minute because that's a bit of a monster. Let's put the other one in. Turn that down a bit because these boards aren't great. Just fill in that hole so someone doesn't think there's something missing. I did, so are you? You've been building one of these 3D smart LED cubes. A real soldering challenge. Billy, wrong hole again. No, it's not going to be a brilliant amplifier, to be fair. So we've got these two next. Look at the amount of solder on the thing, it's huge. Huge amount of solder. So fill up my desoldering tool that will. Cool. It's a fairly big ground plane, mind you. So all the legs are bent over on these. So I'm just heating it up and pricing it up with the desoldering tool, which isn't working very well. So let's get the little screwdriver in. Where's that gone? My little grill straightening screwdriver. Alright, that one's out. He's out of there. It's just this one with this massive great solder blob on it that's proving tricky. Let's get a bit of soda wick on it. Tell you what, it's dumping the heat from the soldering iron pretty good. It's quite a big ground plane. Oh, was that a spider right under there then, or was that one of them blimmin' flies again? Come on, there he is. I don't know if that was a spider or something ran underneath then. There then, I don't know if you saw that or not. Well, he fought well, but he didn't win in the end. What are these then? 200, 200. Both 10 volts. So we've got some 220s in there. $10. We've got 16 volts, so that'll be fine. Oh. Yeah, they're not quite big enough to sort of flatten the legs on them. Should have my extractor going really. Okay. What else have we got going here? There ain't a lot of caps in this. Let's have a look at this yellow thing then. Is it there? Just there. Hate it when they bend the legs over. Yeah. Hey Chris, how are you? You're not chatting, you have your head down in a record player. Looks an interesting bit of kit that, Chris. Hopefully you'll do us a nice little video on that one. I'm all for battery powered stuff. Yeah, they bent their legs over on these. It's more fingernail action. Horrible caps, these. If you ever see any of these, either black, this colour, or red, plastic encapsulated electrolytics, get rid of them, they're rubbish. What did I say it was? 100 microfarad, 10 volts. Hundred microfarad, 10 volts. $10 volts seems a little bit close to the mark though, so let's go a little bit higher. Let's go with 25 volts. Oh, I've missed one that there as well. Some of the orange ones are inductors, not caps, so that's definitely a cap. It's got positive marked on it, and it's 100 microfarads at 10 VW DC, working volts DC. Horrible things. Right, I've missed a grey one here. It's hiding, that one there. So positive is at the front, and looks like negative is at the back. Let's just quickly mark that. I think that says positive there. Let me just double check that. Yeah. So you've got to watch that sometimes. Sometimes you'll get a mark or a stripe on a capacitor, and it's actually a stripe for positive, not negative. If you know what I mean. So we're not going to test this out today with its new caps. We'll do that another day, but we'll have a quick round of capacitor bingo in a minute, and we'll have a quick round of capacitor bingo, and Then we'll do the advent calendars, and that will be us today. Then we might revisit this one, put it all back together Saturday maybe. So what's this one then? It's another one of these 5. This is NRC branded, 5 microfarads, 10 volts. So 4.7 again. Got some squiggly leggers there. That's 4.7, isn't it? 63 volts. That should just about do it. Squiggly legs on there, so I've obviously used that to do a bit of experimenting with. Okay, we're getting there. Boxing Day, how you doing? I mean, you have to make new capacitors with aluminium foil and greased paper. Flipping heck, I mean, you certainly go the extra mile, don't you? So what I'm going to do with these to make it a bit easier and less likely to damage the board, I'm going to chop the legs off. So you're not heating the whole body of the capacitor, then you're just heating the leg. This makes it easier to get them off. I've marked the board anyway. So now they'll come out much easier. Well, that one's already coming out there. Oh, that's that one. And that one. Yeah, all out. That was a lot easier, wasn't it? So we had the bottom one was the 1000 and the top one was the 640. So 1000, they're going to need to be axials because they're spread well apart. So we've got 680. What's the voltage on that? 10 volts, look. So we've got to chuck a 25 volt one in and 1000. These start getting expensive now. These aren't cheap. You Google a Vishay 1000 microfarad axial at 25 volts, it probably comes out about 2-3 quid each. They ain't cheap. Well ahead of my game, fish age, yeah. It's cold again there. Keeping up with the game, Sean. Okay, we're getting there. It's going to make these look a bit fancy, like I do. So it's going to be that way around. Just dress the leads, but then just bending them at an angle. It's a bit tight. Done that one a bit tight. $1.55 each from Rapid Electronics. Rapid? What's the minimum order on Rapid, George? That's plus VAT, I take it. Pretty expensive, isn't it? Is that the cheapest you could find? They are top quality. So let's get back there. Let's pause that. Okay. Yeah, I suspect that's 155 plus the VAT, George. And I think Rapid are one of these ones that I think is a 30 quid ex VAT minimum order as well. Well, it's not a minimum order. You've just got to pay postage. They're saying that some of them are minimum order. Inexpensive cap though, George. That's what I was getting at. I say I don't buy from Rapid at all. Unless they've got something that nobody else has got, and then I will, but it's CPC or Farnell for these, George. So what's the price on CPC or Farnell for them? And there's two different versions. This is the ASM version, I think it is. AS are one of them's lower quality. They're plus 50 minus 10, I think. Let's make sure we get this the right way around because they're opposites. Let's put a bit of flux on them because they're quite big contacts. Come on. Let's shut that up. Some hefty capacitor legs on those, really lumpy. 277 plus VAT from Farnell, yeah. They are mega expensive. $3.99 post last time you ordered from Rapid. Yeah, a lot of them do free post, Benji, if it's, well, you know, I don't need to tell you that. A lot of them do free post if you're over a certain figure. RS were a free post regardless, but I think they've now changed their policy. Right, let's have a look then. Let's straighten that one up a little bit. So there we are, recap done. That didn't take long, did it? But as I say, there's a lot of non-polarized caps in there, and we've also got those two tantalums, which I'm going to leave because, I mean, tantalums aren't too bad normally. Right. Let's get a bit of capacitor bingo going then, and then we'll do the advent calendars. Here we are then, ice down looking. Let's go big. We'll go down in value today. Large to small. So 1000 microfarads then. This is an old Philips cap. It's sort of looking a bit yucky on the end, but what is this doing now with the light? What are you doing, camera? Do you know what you're doing? I've got to take that back off of auto, that camera. I've always had it in manual and adjusted it myself. 1000 then, what do we think? 1050. Evening, Bob, how are you? Can you recap on what you did? It all adds to the cost. Is this strictly come capacitor dancing or a similar named BBC show? Very good, Michael. Yeah, 277 plus VAT. That's a lot, isn't it? That's another 10% is 27. That's another 50p on top, George, isn't it, really? 50 odd pence. 54p on top, something like that. Well, you know my maths is no good. So you basically over £3 for one capacitor. Ridiculous. And while you're thinking that, I might pinch another of the Fat Tony beers out for a go. I might pinch another Fat Tony beer out for a go. What do you think? What have we got here? Bunny up. Let's go with one of these beers that Tony let me have. The keep the black theme going, saddle black, and we had just now we had the dark side. Let's get with the dark beers going. So get that one down my neck. It's only a little baby can. A high reading from you, Jess. Are you going to say? Bruce Forsyth, play your capacitors. Right, I'm going to push a button. Let me just pour this beer. Only supposed to have one, really, but I am thirsty and I haven't got anything else to drink here, so it's going to have to be beer. There's only beer in the house. There's only beer in the building. Cheers, everyone. Right, let's push a button. Just under 1200, 1196. And I didn't expect that one to be far off, actually. Oh, Nick. It's got to be Nick, hasn't it? 1200. Dave Malik was very close, 1150. In fact, you're all pretty close, but oh, Benji as well. It's a draw. Benji and Nick. ESR is low. You'd expect a lower ESR with a high value cap unless it's absolutely shot. It's all dark. It's all dark, Andrew. Come on. Evening, Mr. Ausfa. How are you? If you haven't caught up with Andrew Ausfa's latest video, well worth a watch. Especially if you're a pie fanatic. That pie looks very, very familiar inside, Andrew. I've got a Corsa that looks very similar to that. And, what's the other one? One of those little Echo, I suppose it's all the same, isn't it? Philips, Pi, Echo, Corsair, pretty much all the same company, really. The board looks very, very similar. Right, next one's a 640. The 640 next. Sean got 1200 as well, did he? Oh, you did, Sean. Well done, Sean. A threesome. No, I better not say that. That's naughty, isn't it? A three-way win. I'm expecting this one to be pretty bad, but you never know. These do surprise me from time to time. These do surprise me from time to time. 640 at 10 volts. They did keep their voltages down. I mean, it's in the amplifier stage, and I'd have thought it's a 12 volt radio. That must be getting pretty close to the limit in the amplifier, but I don't know where it is, whether it's directly connected to the voltage or whether it's after a big resistor. That just couples the headphone into the speaker. Okay. So yeah, the 1000 microfarad is straight across the positive and negative. The 640 is the other side of the speaker, coupling it into the base. The base of the pre-driver, I think. No, driver transistor. PC159, so it's an AC187 and an AC188 output pair. Right, are we ready? Wow, that's gone low. That's a surprise. That's a surprise. That was not far out. That's definitely close to original, isn't it? So who's down in the 600s? We've got Derek in the 600s at 655. Nick 680. Dave 690. So it looks, unless my eyes are deceiving me, that it's Derek. $10.66, a real battle to get to that answer. Very good. Okay, so I think that was Derek, I think. Okay, next, 200. Now these are these silver ones. 10 volt, 200 microfarads. Was that Pi very similar then to the Cossers and that, Andrew? The Cosser and the Echo. I'm trying to think, Echo Vanity, isn't it? It's the little one I've got. I think they did a bulkier one as well. Okay, so we're all going a bit higher. Sean's gone 210. 386 for George. 400, Michael. 500, Bob. To be fair, these are fairly good quality. They're pretty thick aluminium shell on them. They're sort of 50-50, these. They can go either way. They can either be pretty good or really bad. And the you can tell the little yellow plastic holder on it, just to keep the negative wire in. It's exactly the same as the one in the output stage of the R707, but that's a much bigger, I think that's a 680, a 640. Let's do it then. 268. Pretty good. 250, 247. Anybody up there? 260, 250. Rob's 250, 230. Oh, there's so many going on here, I'm not sure. For the women who are finally allowed to listen to Radio 961. Yeah, it's a very, very similar board, I think, Andrew. I don't think they use those Edison caps that are transistors, though. I can't remember. It's a long time since I did one of those. So there you are. I don't know who's... you weren't far off, Bob. A lot of people were very close to that. That's a hard one to call, really. Rob Cross was 250, very, very close. 18 out. I'll let you sort that out between yourselves. So is this one going to be the same? What was the other one? 268, wasn't it? You were miles out, George. Well, you never know. Some of these go mentally high, but these aren't too bad normally. They're not that far out. The higher values can be a bit out, but... Same again then. 200. Who won the last one anyway? Was it Rob? Oh, Nick's going close, 260. No one's going for the actual 268 then, and assuming it's the same as the other one. There's no one taking that chance. No one taking the chance. That's a nice beer, actually. Cheers, Tony, if you're watching, mate, or you probably watch it later on. So, cheers, mate. Appreciated. Oh, you were miles out as well, Bob, were you? Oh, you said 500, Bob, yeah. You're right, you were way out. So was Michael. Yeah, there's a few, 265, 75. You, within Brexit tolerance, you're close enough to win some type of prize. Can give you a bag full of knackered caps to play with, Michael. Right, let's do it then. Is it going to be the same? Higher. Higher. Lower. 275. Dave's on 270. Only 5 out. Oh, Dave Roberts, 273. It's got to be David, isn't it? It's 584, Graham. It's David Roberts, I think. Pretty close. Just pipped you, Dave Malik. Two Davids going head to head on that one. Okay, next one is my my odds-on favourite for the worst cap of the bunch, but you never know, it might surprise me. This is 100 microfarads. Now this is going to totally prove me wrong, isn't it? It's going to say, "What? You don't know what you're going on about, man. What are you going on about? We're all good. Us plastic encapsulated electrolytics are the best there ever was. There can't be any issues with us." So 100 microfarads, 10 volts then. David saying leaky in circuit, unmeasurable. You might be right there, David. You never know. So no real howlers yet, is there? Nothing like mentally disastrous. But bear in mind, this one was in the output. Let me have a quick look, see where that one actually is while you're guessing. Or was it in the output? Yes, it is. That is linked to the treble control. Let me have a look. Where's that coming off? Is that the AGC? I think that's the AGC cap. I'm not brilliant with schematics, but certainly is linked to the treble control, so this is definitely going to cause us some issues. I'm just trying to see if I can find where the hell the bass control is in the circuit, because it's only showing the treble. Oh, the bass is further on, further back. Yeah, bass is linked into the volume control. Okay, are we done? 100 ohms, 100 ohms resistance, Andrew. You could be right. Let's test it. Let's see. Let's put us out of our misery. Oh, Dave Roberts has got it. It's absolutely knackered. It's not even measurable. Can we measure it on something else? Let's try the LCR meter. See if it'll measure it on this one. It might have gone really low value outside of the scope of that one. So David Roberts has got that one. There's more than 20,000 microfarads. What? More than 20,000 microfarads. So that's absolutely knackered. So I was right. My reputation is intact. Reputation is intact. So these last two are 5. So 5 microfarads then. Let's go with the bluey first. Now we know this one's knackered because we measured it in circuit. But can anybody remember back to what it measured? So you're all frantically rewinding the video now, trying to get back to the stage where we tested this one. This is the little blue one. And it is a Nichicon. I don't know if I mentioned that, but it is a Nichicon. Japan. 5 microfarads, or MFD, at 10 volts. Now your guess. Yeah, but I can remember this one was very bad. I think it. I'm going to say 6.8 microfarads, but ESR something like 20 ohms, something like that. Yeah, that's totally short. So if you ever see those in a circuit, just get rid of them. Don't play about, because they're transistor killers as well. They can go short. I don't know what that was reading. I wasn't reading a lot of. So it's open circuit basically. It's gone open circuit, hasn't it? That beer's very nice. 10 ESR. The resonator's going for the ESR figure. I would say higher a resonator, higher. Depends how quick you're all rewinding the video. Theo 7.8. Has he rewound? Has he rewound that video? Right, let's do it, because I need to get moving. Mrs. Cruncher's cooking tea, I can hear it. Oh, bang on, resonator. And Theo, 7 point. Did you rewind, Theo? And resonator. Very good. So you two between you have pretty much got it, I think. Well, no, I was closest. I said 6.8, didn't I? So I was closest, I think. But ESR definitely goes to resonator. There we go. Right, last one. Same again, 5. Last one, 5. 5 micro. This is an NRC brand. So we've got NRC, we've got SWT, we've got Nichicon, we've got Dali, we've got Philips, and I'm not sure what these grey ones are. Is there any brand on them? Yeah, I'm not sure what the grey ones are. They're unbranded. So certainly a fair bit of variety there, wasn't there? So we've got the BFO to do again soon. The parts for that are arriving tomorrow to finish it off. So we're going to need to... I didn't announce the giveaway on it the other day either. I was going to announce the giveaway and the keyword for that. So still not had that many entries for the 3,000 subscriber giveaway. That's a radio that we're actually repadding, so we need to revisit that as well on the next instalment. Hopefully the next instalment will be the padding done. Right, we all done? Ooh, that one is absolutely shot. The cap's reading okay as far as the value is concerned, but the ESR is over 40 ohms, so it's knackered. It's a resistor basically. So who got that one then? 4.5. Derek got it absolutely bang on. 4.5. Well, not quite. 4.54. A 10,000 NF resonator. Yeah, this grey one is NRC, not Franco or Franco. There you are. So that would have been a lot of the cause of the noise. So let's just get tidied up. I'm nearly there. I'm going to keep those with the other bits so I know what I've changed. Always helps, because otherwise if I chuck them all in the bin before I've built it out, I've got to go right the way back through my video and work out what I fitted in there. So, right, it's helicopter time. The dreaded Revel remote control helicopter advent calendar. So, number 17. Am I in the way of it? The ones with the yellow bases are Philips as well, are they, Rob? Well, they weren't too bad, were they? It was just those lower value ones that were the worst. Oh no, that's part of that as well. Trees. There's no 17. He's over here, isn't it? Over here. It's there. Have we got something to build again, or? Oh, hello. We've got some electronics. Now we're talking. Don't know where my knife's gone now. Let's get the kitchen knife out. We have got the circuit board. Oh, how this is this is a bit complex. Let's get the circuit board up. Let's get our helicopter over. So this is everything plugs into this board by the looks of it. So it looks like it clips. Which way around does it clip? clips in the front somehow. Clips in the front. I'll take it this little bit here is just its aerial for the remote control. Well, at least we've got the power bit of it anyway. Okay, looks like that goes in there. Okay, so they decided to put a label over where you clip it through, just to confuse matters. There she blows, right. Do we have to plug all these in now? Well, it doesn't really give much idea. So I think that's blue and red. That goes into the blue one there. I'm going to be blimmin' lethal with this thing, am I? Is it that way around? Or that way around? That way by the looks of it. Hey! A super chat to read. Thank you, Sean. So I'm neglecting you guys, and I'm trying to get my head around this. So that's that one. That's the blue one. So the other motor. Oh, actually, what? We got this one as well. Hang on, then. Hang on. So that's the rear motor. I got that the wrong way round then, straight away. That's not very clear, actually. We've got two here with exactly the same colour wires, which is really good. Or is that, does that coincide with there? Let me have a look. Hang on. No, we're good. We're good. I've just sussed that it's got colour-coded plugs. Impossible to see on the drawing. Very, very difficult to actually see what the hell I'm doing. Cheers, Sean. Good man. There we go. So then we've got the yellow one to the yellow terminal. And the white one to the white terminal. Why don't they just say that instead of trying to show you where they go? I'll tell you what, that's a pain in the neck to get out. You can't get my fingers in there. There we go. There. I take it we've got to take all these little tabs off, but there you are. There's our jumbled mess of a helicopter with all the wires connected. I say it's not that far off now, is it? 17th. It'll be Christmas Day next. Is it Friday? Just over a week away. I still haven't got all the presents yet. We certainly haven't wrapped all the presents. So there you are. The little helicopter's coming on all right. I've got to sort this these struts out, but I will do that because I've got them spare here somewhere. We'll do that tomorrow if we've got time. So, we're at Advent calendar, and then we're done. $17, anyone? Da 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 da. Anybody see it? I'm not seeing it straight away. I've seen it. I have seen it. Christmas tree. You're right, Rob. Christmas tree. I can't see. It's too small on my screen. I must get another monitor. I say there ain't many more to open, is there? Ah, another screwdriver bit. 5.5 mil. Good size. Oh, that reminds me, I must switch the wearer off. The wearer? Stabber lock even. So I should think so too. I'm calling the stabber lock a wearer now. Get off, Mr. Goat. You're not having it. It's mine. So this has got to go in our little screwdriver. There's not many slots left to fill up now. It's only one slot left in the screwdriver by the looks of it. I suppose a one in the end, possibly. Say that'll be a useful tool, that will, to have on the bench. Very often you haven't got room to get a normal screwdriver in. Of course, hammering down outside again, I can hear it. There we are. Not far off now. 2, 4, 6, another 7 to go. That's about right, yeah. There we go. We're at Advent calendar done. Right, we don't want to see double of me. It was a bit hot, but now it's a bit cooler, luckily, because Santa's helped me out that. Good old Santa. I mean, my chat's frozen again unless everyone's gone quiet in awe of the Wearer calendar. Ah, Bob's there. Been a really nice sunny day up here. It's absolutely hammering down there, Rob. It's hitting the window at 45 degrees at the moment. Bob, even. That's it today, people. Thanks very much. Let's just quickly have a look at the chat. No, screen cap we want. So, Mr. Man Cave Workshop. Thanks very much, Sean. A super chat to read. How have we done today? Oh, we're up in the 70s, 74. Yeah, that's good. Very good. Always good when we get up in the 70s. We did have one stream where we actually reached 100, didn't we? I can't remember which one it was. It was sort of teetering on 99, 100. I can't remember what stream it was now, but everyone was saying, you've reached 100, you've reached 100. And every time I looked, it was like 99. Oh dear, we will one day. We will one day. So thanks everybody for joining me today. I'm not sure 100% on time tomorrow, but we'll do the cardboard radio tomorrow. We'll get that one built up, and we'll see if we've got time to do anything else. It says it takes 45 minutes. By the time I've yapped through it and chatted and all the rest of it, I'm sure that'll be pretty close to the mark anyway. So catch you tomorrow, people. I'll pop the notification on as soon as I know what time. I'm not sure what time what time Mrs. Cruncher's finishing work tomorrow. Cheers, Jeff. No worries, mate. Cheers, Andrew. Bye, all. Catch you tomorrow. Be good, all the rest of it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and all the rest of it. And leave comments as well. I don't mind reading the comments during the day and trying to reply to them. So take care. Catch you tomorrow. Bye for now.